Hello everyone, this is E-Man from TCGY23, and today this is pretty much an overview of what I think about the Clash of the Duel Master set. If you didn't know, the Kajito website, they've released a whole card set at around uh, 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time in my area, like 9 o'clock at night Pacific Standard Time, as I stated before. And yeah, like there's like a lot of really good cards right in this set, and overall I just want to give you guys my opinion. I just want to first apologize for like the lack of videos, because right after the KMC in Bakersfield, it was pretty much um, Jose, Chris, and I, we pretty much like dedicated like the rest of the week with school, as Jose and I were about to finish our semester for college, and for Chris, he's like still doing his stuff in high school, and so again, doing a basic overview of what I think of the card set, and talk about like some of the cards that are, in my opinion, interesting or deserve to be talked about. And so we'll start off with Containment Field. It's a level 4 Shield Blast. Its effect is tap a number of target enemy creatures equal to the number of creatures you have in the battle zone. So for 2 costs less, it's it's like a limited Storm Spark Blast, but I I would prefer a Storm Spark Blast. However, this is another alternative, and it's a lot easier to cast, hard cast, instead of like relying for your shields. Citadel Steward, it's pretty much like a Keeper of Dawn, except it has the condition of that it has to be banished. So with cards like Ripper Reaper, like you can combo it off with this card, and you can just get back any spell in your discard pile, which is pretty cool. We already know Keeper Laws, like the rare, that Earth Power previewed. You also got like some Storm Patrols. Spoiler alerts, if anything, but we didn't get any Storm Patrol Evo, which I was kind of hoping for, but there's some bit of like Storm Patrols here and there. Uh, Lars, drummer from Metallica, he makes an appearance on this. No, I'm joking, but this card is pretty cool for for level 5. It's double breaker and plus 2000 power whenever you cast a spell. Uh, this is obviously gonna be good in sealed. Uh, if your store is doing a sealed event for this set, I know uh, for the store that I'm going to, they're gonna have a sealed tournament, $20 entry, you get 5 packs, 30 minimum. And so this is a good candidate to be in a deck. Rody Gale, it's also been previewed as well. It's very, very solid card. Obviously the cost and power ratio is excellent, etc. Uh, Again with Shimmering, you can also combo off with Ripper Reaper. Spire Zealot is actually pretty interesting when it comes into play. You choose one of your other creatures that has Skirmisher. It can attack this turn as though it didn't have that ability. So after that ability is done, it's pretty much a level 3 3000 blocker Skirmisher vanilla. Mecha Thunder, which is a new race that has been introduced in the Light Civilization, and it's decent, it's pretty good. And speaking of Mecha Thunder, we have another one that's a 4 for 4000 vanilla. It's pretty, it's it's decent. The artwork is pretty sick, and that's pretty much about it for the light section. Moving on with the water section. Uh, Water is pretty interesting. I really like, I love the artwork for Aqua Rider. Uh, it's pretty much Aqua Soldier, if I believe. It's the level 2 1000, and it has the same ability. Don't quote me on that because I could probably be wrong. But we're getting more Aqua support, and it's really cool. Never mind. The card is called Aqua Commando. My bad. It's level 3 for 1,000. So it's pretty much the same effect. It's just that one cost more, and the power is 1,000 more as well. But it combos well with this card, Aqua Ranger Commando. Level 5, 7,000 Aquan evolution put on your Aquans, Double Breaker, and Tactical Expert. This creature can't be blocked, which is really, really awesome. Uh, I can definitely see this in a mono water deck, uh, or even maybe Blurple as well. If they don't want to choose Cyberlords, they can choose to want Aquans instead. But in my opinion, Aquans are still not there yet. I definitely feel that the Cyberlords is overall a better race as of right now, especially with Cyberlord Corile, which is just an immense card, which will definitely see play. Cyber Cyclone is pretty much like a Veil Vortex between you and your opponent, but the only problem with this card is that uh, you choose your own creatures, and the opponent chooses his own creatures. So that's the only downfall, but it could open up to potential combos. Hazard Crawler, I think this card is actually pretty cool. Uh, sure, the power and cost ratio is but its ability, Burrow, this creature can't be attacked or blocked. It's just, which is really awesome. Like you pretty much have to. Um, it's the opposite of Neptus, whereas the only way you can answer to Neptus is by attacking it. Well, this is the opposite. Like the only answer you have with this is that you have to attack it, and pretty much like the overall message for the set is uh, power reduction and battling. Like those are the two main focuses of the set. Is that they really want to emphasize on creatures battling and power reduction, which is pretty interesting. And the very rare for the water is King Poseidon, level 80, 11,000 power. Same stats as Issel, if I believe. But the effect is alright. Um, Whenever one of your other creatures loses a battle, return the winning creature to its owner's hand. It's got potential. You also got more Leviathan support, and this common, which is another Aquan, Reef Scout, level 4 for 2,000 power, blocker guard, and subsea recon. Whenever this creature enters the battle zone, you may draw a card, which is actually um like a buffed up Hydra Spy. Level 4, 1,000. When it enters the battle zone, you draw. But this one's a bit more beefed up, and it's actually not that bad. You know, it has to come into play effects, which are very important in this game, and it's immediate. You immediately draw a card. Just really not that bad about it. Really, really cool. I'm kind of not a big fan of Tenuous Trove. It's basically a Shield Blast logo scan, except uh, now you discard a card. So, um, yeah, there's really, I just like don't like it. I, although it does have like good synergy with creatures that enable you, creatures or abilities that enable you to recover stuff from your graveyard, your discard pile. I'm sorry. So this has good synergy for it, but other than that, it's okay for me. Time Rhyme is actually interesting. It freezes one of your opponent's creatures until the start of your next turn, which is pretty cool. And that pretty much does it for the water section. With Darkness, there's like a lot of synergy with Rip Reaper, such as Cave Gulper. Uh, we're actually getting more draw from a lot of the civilizations. It used to be just like pure water, and then once when Evo came in, Nature got a little bit of draw as well with Reap and Sow, and then DSI, you got the Light Civilization that started to get draw with the Spark Cage, and now we have a clash with the Darkness Civilization, which is pretty interesting. Rotworm is not a is meh. It's alright, but it has good synergy with the Ripper Reaper, and we also get more Chimeras and Rotworms. We already know Gregoria the Malevolent. This card's alright. Um, Not a big fan of revealing my hand and discarding all spells, but it's really good against opponents that use heavy spells in their deck. Gregoria's Fortress, again, it's been previewed, and what's really amazing about this card is that it's in the Skycrusher's Might structure deck, which is amazing. Like I really like this card, and it's in the deck as well. Like sign me up. I'm definitely it's gonna be really easy to get a playset. Uh, don't really think you should be running a playset, but it's there for the availability. And this card has been getting so much talk, and why wouldn't it? Because the card is absolutely absurd. It's pretty much a Razor Kinder puppet in the spell. That's that's 3 cost less. Absolutely like spectacular. It's amazing. Definitely a 3 of. Um, yeah, very heavy discarding with mesmerize, puppet, and then we might even see Spectre Claw into play. You know, very heavy discarding. It's very interesting. This has been previewed on the website Shapeshifter Scare Adorable. It is actually a pretty cool card. Level 3, 5,000 power. So the cost and power ratio is very good. Evolution, you put it on one of your creatures. So it doesn't matter any race, any civilization, any name, which is where the doppelganger ability comes from. It's just really good. It could be used in any deck because of that. Its ability Loyal Friend, when this creature is banished, return this card from your discard pile to your hand. So you could just keep recycling this unless they hit you with a green removal. So that's which makes me kind of wonder if Return to Soto will ever see play now, because in DSI it never, if hardly ever got seen in any deck at all, because ramping into your dragons was pretty crucial, and you didn't didn't really want to give your opponent mana unless it was late game. So, and its other ability, Doppelganger, this creature can be evolved on as though it has all creature types, card names, and civilizations. Again, like you could put a Tetsuya the Relentless on top of this guy, even like the Aqua Commander Power Ranger sort of sort of card. Put it on top of that, but you most likely don't want to do that because you pretty much want to recycle this card back into your hand, pretty much. And so that's one of the key points of that card. Skull Schism, very interesting card. Minus 4,000 to one of your opponent's creatures, and it has a potential of being like a Bone Blades as well. I just don't think it will replace Bone Blades anytime soon. Uh, it'll probably be like 3 Bone Blades and then check in 1 Skull Schism. Like that I can definitely like see that happening, but I just don't think you'll replace Bone Blades anytime soon. Uh, Suffocate, which is getting talk as well. It's pretty much like 1 cost more Barrage for Darkness, except it affects all of your opponent's creatures, which is definitely interesting. The only problem that I have with this card is a level 7, and it fills in that level 7 slot, which you want to fill in with your non-restrictive spells, such as removal spells, such as Terror Pit and Root Trap, and the level 7 creatures that you want to play in. I can definitely see it as a one of. The spell is actually pretty good, but again, it interferes with the level 7 cost, and obviously if it was a level 6, it would definitely replace the barrage. So it's very balanced, and I could definitely see it play, at least a one of. And I'm pretty sure you old Duel Masters players have seen this card, but it's not the same. Uh, I believe this was originally Hydra Medusa. Um, don't quote me on that, but basically you get more Rotworm support, and it's alright. When this creature enters a battle zone, your opponent chooses and discards a card. Um, I think what would definitely um, make Rotworms more playable is if this evolution had the same effect as Razorkinder Puppet, where you look at your opponent's hand, but I think that would be way too good. So this card's okay, uh, definitely playable, and the 5 for 7,000 uh, level cost to power ratio is pretty good. So that's what I think of the Darkness Civilization. And moving on with the Fire Civilization, Soul Dragon's alright. For level 5, you get a Double Breaker, which is like the cheapest armor dragon that has Double Breaker. For level 5 armor dragons, we have Hyperspeed and Herald, which are, and the Twin Cannon Maelstrom. Those are the only level 5 armor dragons that we have, and none of them have Double Breaker. So this is all right. Um, a lot of Dracons like got an immense boost with this set, such as Blade Rush. When he enters a battle zone, you banish target enemy creature as a blocker. Um, will it coincide with Comet Missile? I don't know. Will it replace it? I don't really know. Um, don't think it will be like a one of. And also, Attack Raptor is not really a good supported race, but um, I think it will see play. I mean, I don't see why not. But as a as like a top tier, as for this card being a top tier deck, I don't think so. Again, more Dracon support with this card. Uh, kind of not a big fan that it banishes a power 1000 or less. But what I've been noticing is that if you let's say for example, if you play Skull Schism, all right, you let's say you play that on Shapeshifter, okay? Now it's now it's back to 1000 power. Then you play this card, and then it banishes it. So it's a neat trick that they're playing with the uh, power of the creatures. So that's one way to like sort of like use that sort of ability. But uh, you, I just think that it takes up too much time to play that. But again, more attack raptors. Uh, this one's alright. Uh, Joe Storm's okay. Uh, this one's pretty cool. This is like a cheaper twin cannon. Except uh, for this one, Ember Eye has to be tapped in order for its ability to affect all of your creatures to gain powerful tech plus 2000. So interesting. Flame Spinner, another Dracon. Like Dracons are getting like huge support. So this one's okay. The only drawback is uh, y- you at least have to have one of your creatures to have fast attack written on the card text, by the way. So yeah, it doesn't count as evolutions. All right, but I mean, fat fire civilization creatures are known for fast attackers, so that shouldn't be a problem. Jump jets, really interesting card because for a one cost, it gives one of your creatures fast attack. It's actually not that bad. It's low cost, and I uh, I can see it in combo decks, but overall, um, it's moreover as a tech card. Kaboom, terrible spell for a rare. Magma Dragon Melgars, we've seen that before. Mark of Infernus, we've seen that before on the website. Again, more Dracon. This one has to be like the most absurd Dracon that we have. Comes out level 2, so turn 1 Jet Flame, turn 2 Skilled Impaler. Oh my god. And then turn 3 evolve it into Laser Arm Dracon. That's already like 3, that's already 3 shields gone and your opponent is left with 2 shields. That is amazing. And its ability, Horned Armor, this creature can't be attacked, which is awesome. Definitely awesome. Could be blocked though. So, so yeah, and then, like a random stomper, like what the heck. So that's the Fire Civilization, moving on with the Nature. I really like this card, Iron Vine Dragon. Um, it could, I definitely see this card in a tap beatdown deck. Uh, it goes up to 16,000, potentially even more if you're putting powerful attackers on the field and whatnot, boosting him. So definitely can see it in a beatdown deck. Uh, Jacklax, another beastkin, 2 for 4,000 skirmisher. Um, yeah, it's definitely could see it in tap beatdown as well. Very, very good. Uh, I found this card to be hilarious. Lumbering Elderwood. It's a Treekin level 7, 7,000 double breaker. Uh, I think, what is it? Essence Off and Illusory Berry. I think those are like the Treekins that I can think of off the top of my head. And then we get like the 7 for 7,000 Treekin. I just thought it was pretty funny. Um, Reinforce. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and reveal any number of creatures from among them. Put those creatures into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. This one's alright. Hold on. I gotta double read this because at first I didn't read it thoroughly. Yeah, this is pretty much like, I would actually prefer Breach the Veil. It's cheaper, and you look at the top 5 instead of 3. Except the good thing about Reinforce is that you can take as many number of creatures as long as you reveal them to your opponent. So that's probably the plus from Reinforce. Vanilla Mega Bug, which is getting some support in this set too. And then we finally get Wild Veggies. Alright, so this is Shaman Broccoli, which is freaking hilarious. Level 4, potentially go up to 5,000 power. Whenever one of its ability Mixed Veggies. Whenever one of your other creatures enters the battle zone, this creature gets plus 3,000 power until the end of the turn. It's actually not that bad. It's actually kind of hilarious. I'll probably run Wild Veggies because it's hilarious. More Tuskers for the Tusker Evolution for Noble Knights, Silver Axe, 5 for 5,000 Beastkin Vanilla. Slumbering Titan, we've seen that before. Spore, Siren. This one's pretty interesting. When this creature enters the battle zone, choose a creature in your discard pile and put it into your mana zone. This one's really, really interesting. I can definitely see this in a Dark Nature deck, but um, yeah, more Treekin, more mana. It's actually not that bad. So now we're moving on to the multi-civilization cards, which we are all looking forward to. This card is absolutely amazing. Level 2, 4,000 power, stops Razor Cat, if I believe his name is. Let me scroll down real quick. Weaponized Razor Cat, yeah. Definitely stops him with his shenanigans. And so this card is, I could definitely see this as a staple. Crusader Engine. This card is pretty good. The only problem that I have is that it's a level 8, but it's no problem if you're running green with ramp. So So yeah, not a big deal, but it's something to be considered. Uh, this one has like the best races ever: Enforcer, Cyberlord, 5 for 3,000. Stun, pretty much a built-in blinder beetle, and an ability Pathfind. When this creature enters the battle zone, choose one of your other creatures. It can't be blocked this turn. So this is one of the battle mages that people that have been talking about. Uh, Others, for example, are Chronox, which is the darkness fire, uh, Homunculon, which is the light nature, and this is one of the other battle mages for those similar effects. Memory Keeper, Panopter, we know from Thunder Sultan's videos. Piercing Judgment, this card is absolutely amazing. Return target creature from the battle zone to its owner's hands and tap target enemy creature. Um, yeah, like Light Water Dark just got like a lot better with this card. Um, yeah, it's just really good. This is another cycle that we're getting in the set. It has to do with the Spirit Quartz, which basically powers up uh, your uh, your civilization creatures. So for this one, it powers up your light and your water creatures. But let's say if you have Sunspout Quartz and you have Memory Keeper. Memory Keeper gets the plus 2,000 because it is both light and water. So it gets both of those abilities, if anyone gets confused. So this one, Skyforce Champion Leviathan, interesting race combo, blocker skirmisher, remount, this creature would be banished, returned to your hand instead. It's not that bad. It's alright, pretty much. Moving on with the light nature civilization, uh, I think I love the artwork on this one. Like I think its original ability is Wild Sky Sword for the promo that you get on the set premiere. It has its DM abilities. I think it's the same thing as that one, but this one gets a different ability. And I think the cost is a little bit more. Don't quote me on that, but its ability: when this creature enters the battle zone, look at the top three cards of your deck. You may reveal a creature and or a spell from among them, and put the revealed cards in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So you pretty much the max amount of cards you can take from this creature is two, because you can get a creature and a spell. So you have the option to take at least two out of the three cards from his ability. So pretty cool. Another Spirit Quartz for the light nature. Uh, I, I love this card. Like this card is so awesome. Enforcer and Wild Veggie. So Wild Veggie is uh, again a newly introduced race, but we all know Enforcers. We all know and love them. Definitely a good and supported race. But I love its last ability, Juiced. If this creature would be banished, put it into your mana zone instead. Like I think this card is actually really good. I could definitely see it in a light dark nature deck. Um, like the deck profile that I profiled with my Lightwater Archelapidos for the pre-DSI meta. I could definitely use this card. Really awesome. Homunculon, we already know. Dart Sworn Call. This one's pretty interesting. Put a non-evolution creature that has level 6 or less from your hand into the battle zone. It gets blocker until the start of your next turn. So you're basically like cheating one of your creatures, and not only that, but it has blocker. So it's really cool. Level 6 is not that bad. We pretty much we have a pretty good variety of level 6 and lower creatures that are pretty good. Start Seed Squadron, we all know and love. Suncloak Protector, Skyforce Champions, that's Colossus. Pretty interesting race combinations. 7 for 7,500, block a double breaker, heroic challenge. While this creature is tapped, your opponent can choose to attack your other creatures. So definitely very interesting, and uh, it definitely switches around what uh, what this whole set emphasizing on, which is battling creatures. So definitely interesting. Sword Horn, we all know and love that card. Like that card is absolutely amazing. Moving on with the Water Dark creatures, we all know Cryptic Worm, Feathering Stalker, another one of the Battle Mages that we know, Freakish Test Subject, for those Blurple people, this card's for you, most definitely. Grip of Despair, this one's actually pretty cool. Return target creature from the battle zone to its owner's hand. Then that player chooses and discards a card. So, if you actually choose to target one of your own creatures, then you have to discard one of your cards. So that's something to take note of for this card. But it's definitely interesting, um, especially for those people who play the Rasaka Fumes combo with Draco Thane. This is pretty much it on a Shield Blast. So definitely interesting. Ramses the Cloaked. You gotta say it with an accent because it's hilarious. Um, I ex I actually expected this to be the Spirit Quartz based on its DM ability, but this one's alright. Blocker guard. Whenever this creature blocks, your opponent chooses and discards a card. So it's pretty much um, Frogzuka without the level 4 cost, which the low cost removal doesn't hit him, but um, I mean like it's alright. I mean like if you have him and then you have a Sea Curse Quartz on the field, it's definitely 7,000 blocker, which could prove to be pretty useful. I think this is one of the other battle mages. Whenever this creature enters the battle zone, choose one. Yeah, this is one of the other battle mages. This is not one of the battle mages. My bad. Yeah, so Scarvos, the assassin, is one of the battle mages. We all know Spelljacker. Really, really awesome card. Baron Burn Fingers has been previewed by an article. I think the card is okay. Uh, only, only really be seen in a Dark Fire deck, but I could potentially be wrong. Uh, Chasm Blaze Quartz, it's been previewed on Pojo.com. Pretty much gives your dark and fire nature creatures plus 1,000 power. If they so happen to be both darkness and fire, they get plus 2,000. Galzak of the Shadow Pass, I'm a fan of this card ever since it's been released. I love the artwork for it. Chronox the Brutal, I've been a fan of it ever since it's been released. Lizard Skin Puppet, really interesting. It's pretty much like a level 2 um, Blaze Belcher, except that it has Slayer, so it's definitely really interesting. So if again, as I stated before, they really want to emphasize on battling your creatures, and so if you don't like the Slayer ability, just like adds in like the perfect touch for this card. Uh, Oozing Lava, this one's alright. I mean, like, you can combo it off with Ripper Reaper and whatnot. Soul Vertex is pretty interesting. Banish target enemy creature has power 3,000 less, and then you choose a creature. It it's basically a General Sky Crusher first ability that it banishes a target enemy creature has power 3,000 less, and a restrictive um, Return from Beyond. Except it doesn't stay on the field; it goes back to your hand. So interesting. Cinemal's Quartz, again another Spirit Quartz for the Fire Nature. Fight, obviously a big fan of. We all know and love him. Gorium the Striker, this one's like, whoa. This is a huge one for Fire Nature Dracon Beastskin decks. This one's absolutely like fantastic. And the artwork is pretty sick too. Lotus Warrior, I actually like this card. You know? Like, I actually think this card is actually pretty good. Smoldering Horn, we all know it from the website. Steam Tank Cryon, definitely a fan of this. Tetsuya the Champion is okay. Potentially a fast attacker when it comes into play. Weaponized Razor Cat, definitely an absurd. Fire Nature card, that's definitely playable. Uh, we finally get to, well, we've known the effects because of CVH. He spoiled the decks, and the decks are definitely playable. The supers for for the decks are really playable, especially General Sky Crusher. I really like General Sky Crusher. With the super rares, we all know Sasha the Observer, really interesting. We all know King Tritonus, but then I did not expect Death Liger to come back. Um, from my understanding, this artwork is like another alternate artwork from Duel Masters. And its ability is not that bad either. Double Breaker sense weakness. Whenever this creature attacks your opponent and isn't blocked, banish target enemy creature that's level 6 or less. So definitely awesome. I think the other Death Ligers is 7 for 9,000. So for 1,000 less, you get an ability that banishes a level 6,000 or less. So definitely really cool. In Furnace the Immolator, it's a love and hate for a lot of the people in the community. The Hive Queen, this is actually I was about to say our first super rare evolution, but we've had that on the Evil Fury set. But this one's really cool. It's basically evolution from Mega Bugs and Double Breaker, and it has like the ability of Kurragar, except the fact that you have to attack whenever he attacks. So again, its ability Stir the Hive. Whenever this creature attacks, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put a non-evolution that is level 5 or less from among them into the battle zone. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck of any order. So definitely pretty cool. True Seeker Forion, we all know and love that. Uh, this one's been spoiled from CVH's Twitter. Definitely a fan of this card, and again, we'll definitely see playing a tap beatdown deck. Squillish Scourge, previewed from CVH's article in Kajiro.com. Uh, this card, I love the artwork on this card, and the effect is not that bad either. So it's Shadow Blaze the Corruptor, level 8, Dark Fire, Super. Races are Terror Dragon and the Armor Dragon. So, yeah, if you have Hyper Speed, then yeah, this card is absolutely going to be nuts. Because, well, first off, Double Breaker, its ability Wither. When this creature enters the battle zone, target enemy creature gets minus 2,000 power until the end of the turn, which is okay. I mean, like, if it had like minus 3,000, then it's obviously like copying like a lot of the other cards. And then if it would be like minus 4,000, it would obviously be too good. And then its other ability, Provoke. Whenever another creature is banished, all your creatures get fast attack until the end of the turn. This can open up to a lot of cool combos. I know I've been mentioning a lot of Ripper Reaper, and this is another one of the combos that you can pull off with this creature. Again, like even when this guy comes into play, uh, it has the potential of banishing one of your opponent's creatures, and then it activates Provoke, which is absolutely amazing. I'm definitely a fan of this card, and again, I really love the artwork. This one. And then I think this is the last super. Yeah, touching on the Relentless. Yeah, we is meh. Pretty much. Um, but overall, I I definitely like this set. Um, I definitely think budget decks have a lot more potential now with these cards, and basically any type of deck is getting a lot of love. I know especially Rush and Aggro are getting a lot of love in this set, and Control got a little bit of love as well. But for the most part, it's most it mostly looks like Russian aggro are gonna start popping up from now and then. So that's pretty much my overall view about the whole set. Obviously, it came out today, the 24th, so go ahead and go to your local stores and support them by buying the Clash boosters. And if you guys are having a sealed event for this, uh, go ahead and participate. It should be a lot of fun. I know for me, it's tomorrow. It starts at 11. I will most likely not uh, film my matches, but I'll probably do like a vlog or something. So, so yeah, go ahead and check out the website for the database. So go ahead and have fun with your new cards, and thank you guys for watching, and take care.